G'day guys, Daz here. Now I'm going to do some community service today and I don't expect to thank you. But Dwayne Russell released his top 18 players he'd give a one-year contract to in 2022 and I'm going to do the right thing by the footballing community and I'm going to fix it. Here is my top 10 players I would give a one-year deal to in 2022. Let's have a chat. Alright, so straight off the bat, like, share, subscribe, all those fun things for me, especially a like and a subscribe would be absolutely fantastic because you'll get updated when new videos come out, and the better the like counter, the better it does for the algorithms, and I'd really like a lot of AFL fans to get around the content if you are enjoying it, of course, and if you're not, comment below, let me know why, and hey, I want to do what I can to bring the best content abroad, so if you've got some criticism, by all means, lay it on me. But here is Dwayno's list. Now, is it the worst thing that I saw during the trade period? No. Is that a high bar to reach? No, not really. I wonder if I will go through maybe a list of the worst things said during the trade period. That might be for another day. But here is his list. Now, the first thing that I kind of want to ask that I don't have the information on is why 18? That's such a weird number. If we've learned anything from awesome YouTube channels like Watch Mojo, for example, top 10s work really well, and that's why I'm doing one here, and it's a nice round number. Now, I get that there's 18 players on field, but this isn't a team. Like, no, at all. Not at all. It's not a team. So, what's going on here? Alright, anyway, let's fix it. So, let's begin. Here is my top 10 players I would give a one-year deal to in 2022 to win me a flag. Alright, so let's get something out of the way really quickly, and I feel like it's going to cause some controversy, so if you're getting ready to comment something because you're going to get angry, let it be this. Last year's Brownlow medalist is not on my list. He's not in my top 10. And I would love to explain why. For this list, I had a set of criteria. Now, I'm not going to bore you guys with all that criteria, but you need to be able to do two things elite. Now, Ollie is a contested bull, an absolute contested bull. No one can deny that. He's a very good overhead mark. No one can deny that. But when we're talking about things that are elite, I mean, there are things that he's fine with. Found a lot of the footy. Was a deserving Brownlow medalist. My Brownlow algorithm had him winning it. I'm not saying he did not deserve the Brownlow medalist, but 1 year to win a flag. If my life is on the line, 1 year to win a flag. Top 10? I'm not having him. Now, in my initial, when I was going to do a top 18 list to mirror Dwayno's, he was definitely in that 18 list. He was 11. He wasn't in my top 10. Another player that's not in my top 10 that I think is going to cause some controversy is Nat Fyfe. The reason why Fyfe isn't in my list is not because of any bias or anything like that. I need someone who's going to be fit. And he gets injured. He hasn't played 22 games in a season in so long. So I can't justify putting him in my top 10 when I don't know if he's going to be there at the pointy end of the season. I love Nat Fyfe. I think he's a star. Not a huge fan of his haircut, but what do I know? My hair looks like this. So those boys are not in my top 10. So who is my top 10? So on pure talent, this man would be top 5. With a dickhead factor, he would be not in the top 10. So I have to find a middle ground, and that's top 10. It's Toby Greene. This man can have 30 and kick 4. I need that in my team. I need that in my side, and I understand that him being a moron and getting suspended is going to happen probably. I don't think that I can do a better job than GWS can at getting him out of that, but if you come to me and say you can have 30 and kick 4, I need that. If my life's on the line and I need to win a flag, Toby Greene needs to be in there. Just need to stop him from doing the silly things, because it's not like he's doing football acts. These are really obscure, but he is a star. I need him. My life's on the line here. Toby Greene's my number 10. So number 9, and the first player out of 2 on my list who aren't even in Dwayno's top 18, Nick Natanui. Yeah. Doesn't get used enough in my opinion, but for impact per minute, he's the number 1 player in the competition. He's just won back-to-back John Worsfold medals for West Coast Best and Fairest, which is a huge accomplishment, and congratulations to him. And everyone complains that he only spends 60% game time on the field. Yeah, what he does in that time is elite. And I know I've had some debates with a friend of mine, Jake Smith, before about Nick Nat's capabilities. Half of it is I just enjoy stirring him up. But Nick Nat's the second best ruckman in the competition, and even I can't debate that anymore, even when I'm taking the piss. If Nick Nat is my ruckman for winning a flag for 1 year, look, I'll take it. I do have another ruckman on this list, though, a bit higher up. But if he's off the board, I am more than happy to have Nick Natanui. The man's a star. So number 8, I'm going to use a basketball reference for. And speaking of basketball, if you enjoy your NBA or the NFL, I have a podcast on both called Teddies and Threes. Anything for a plug, check that out wherever you get your podcasts. But the point of this one is two-way players are so important in any sport. In NBA, they are so important to the makeup of your roster. And in the AFL, they can help make up your midfield. Who's the best two-way midfielder in the competition? For me, no debate. Sam Walsh. This man was drafted 3 drafts ago. 3 drafts ago. And he came 4th in the Brownlow and polled 30 votes. Yeah, this man's winning one in the next 3 years. Let me tell you if he's fully fit, because my goodness me, he's just going to go to new levels, and I am so here for it. For all the criticism that he copped for not being the number 1 pick, for not being a match winner, for not being a game winner, all that's gone out the window now. Every single bit of it. And if I can get him in my midfield to win me a flag for 1 year, I am only taking that, not only taking that, but embracing him with open arms. This man is a bona fide star. All right, number 7. Now, Dwayne gave no love in his top 18 to any defense. Now, you need defenders to win a flag. Look at Melbourne, Stephen May and Jake Lever. Yeah, pretty handy. Drafting Christian Salem. Yeah, pretty handy. Now, I only have one defender in my top 10, so it's not like I can really fight the fight here, but if I can have the best fullback in the competition to anchor my defense, I'm going to take it. And it's not Stephen May. It's Harris Andrews. This man's the best fullback in the competition. Now, I know he had a poor final against Melbourne, but really, one poor game. The man's won all Australians. He's still young. He is a star. He is a better field kick than people give him credit for. I do have a problem with the fact that he can peel off his opponents a touch too early. But like I said, this man's been All-Australian, he's been a star, and you can't expect if you're going to play 250-odd games to have 250 perfect ones. He didn't make the All-Australian side this year, and he is a touchdown on form, but when Kane Corns put him in the top 5 of hot and cold players, I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. This man is a star, and he can anchor any defense that I have any day of the week. Harris Andrews, number 7. Let's move on. Number 6, and I have never seen anyone fix their poor foot skills so quickly in the competition ever, and it's a shout out to anyone who's trying to do the same, Clayton Oliver. Yeah. Now, whilst he's not the biggest or best tackler, his defense actually in the midfield has grown a hell of a lot in the last 18 months. His foot skills have gotten better. Sure, he did struggle to hit the scoreboard, but look at his game against Melbourne, where he pretty much single-handedly got Melbourne over the line. Now, Christian Petracca is getting all the love, and so he should, because he's a star and he dominated in the grand final. Clary dominated in the final series as well, came 3rd in the Brownlow medal, and is the type of guy you can just put in 30 disposals, and he's fantastic. Clayton Oliver is a worthy number 6, and I would love to have him in any midfield that I have. Alrighty, number 5, and my God, the positioning of this top 5 was really difficult for me, so I have chopped and changed a few times in rewriting it, and I am comfortable. But number 5 is Max Gawn. Yep, the last Premiership captain. What a leader he is, and I hate the term what a leader he has become. Max Gawn has been a fantastic leader at the Melbourne Football Club for a lot longer than he's been captain. Unfortunately, the media hasn't seen it because I don't actually know why. Why didn't they see it? Because fans saw it. Fans know it. Even non-Melbourne fans saw it. So what's going on here? Max Gawn's a superstar. He completely ripped the piss out of the prelim final, and what a sight that was for everyone bar Geelong fans. Amazing leader, amazing captain, and I can't really say much else. You want the best ruckman in the league on your team to win your flag, and that's what's happened. He's the first All-Australian ruckman to win the flag in the same year since Corey McKernan in 1996. So if you still want to make the argument that the best ruckman doesn't equate to the best side, that is still fair enough, even if those fans who have recency bias disagree with you. He is so stiff to be number 5. This number 5 is stacked. Sorry, this top 5 is stacked. But Max Gawn is a very comfortable number 5 for me. What a man. Number 4, and part of me only wants to offer him a 6-week contract because that's when he brings his best stuff, Dustin Martin. Now, Dusty's won 3 Norm Smiths. I know. So on grand final day, I know I need him. I also know I need to get to the grand final in order for my life to be saved in this scenario. And there are certainly times in the home and away season where Dusty doesn't have to bring his best stuff, and he doesn't, and that's fine. Since his Brownlow medal year, I think he's only finished in the top 5 once. It might be twice. I'm sure Shaman will correct me down below, but he hasn't finished top 10 in the last 2 years. He hasn't had to, especially in 2020 when they won the flag. And apart from his injury, he's been so durable. He's barely missed games. So he is a superstar. Again, because he doesn't tackle... I mean, it sounds like I'm criticising him. I'm really not. The man is a superstar and, one of the best players of the 21st century. So I can't knock him at all. The reason that he is number 4, though, like I said, I feel like his weapons are still elite. Some of the best weapons in the game. He is also getting in age. Not saying his best footy's behind him, but the other players, in fact, one of them is older, but the top 2 are younger, and I feel like will have a better impact for me in 2022 than Dustin Martin will. But number 4, a legend, a star. Now, number 3, and if you're thinking to yourself, so we don't have last year's Brownlow medalist, do we have last year's Coleman medalist? No. We don't. Now, the reason why we don't have Harry McKay, who everyone that knows me personally knows I'm such a huge fan of, is because he's done it once. He's had one really super good year, and if I'm having people on my team to win me a grand final in 1 year, I need players that have proven themselves over a period of time. And speaking of forwards that have done that for a period of time, the most disrespected man on Dwayne Russell's list, Tom Hawkins. Yeah, he was 14th. Are you kidding me? Tomahawk is involved in scores, has goal assists, kicks them, is a beautiful set shot, is a forward 50 ruckman who wins hitouts. What does he do that didn't put him in that list? Does he have something on you, Dwayne? I mean, come on, man. This man, and you're going to go, Daz hasn't won a flag for a decade. Yeah, it ain't his fault at all. And Tomahawk has lifted and carried that Geelong forward line for so long, it is not funny. Tom Hawkins is number 3, and I'm really, really sorry. If he is not in your top 10 or your top 5, please rethink what you're doing, because this is just ridiculous. Tomahawk is a superstar. Number 2, and I know it may seem like recency bias, but we all saw Christian Petracca rip the absolute piss out of the granny, didn't we? I feel like we did, and why wouldn't I want that in my side? Now, I do understand that the shiny new toy principle, the recency bias principle, some people might have a problem with. Personally, I don't. If you're only as good as your last game, then Christian Petracca is the best player in the game. Now, I'm not going to go that far, and I am going to do my top 25 players. I'm going to do 5 a day, all of next week, Monday to Friday, so stick around and subscribe for that. Christian Petracca will be in that list, spoiler alert, and I can also tell you he's not going to be number 1. Now, the reason why I want Christian Petracca for the full season is because he was still playing elite football across the home and away season. Of course, he did have his dips, but his dips weren't as bad as what they were in the first few years of his career when he was the Isaac Heaney-style tease. Now, Isaac Heaney hasn't come out of that teasing phase yet. Christian Petracca has, and has in a massive way. He also speaks really well, and he's got a real good level of emotional maturity, and I feel like that would be really good around the footy club for a year, and I need to win the flag because I need to save my life, and I would love last year's Norm Smith medalist. Please happily have him at number 2. Number 1, I'm not even going to patronise you with a drum roll or anything. It's Marcus Bontempelli. Yep, it's the Bont. Leader, tick. Endurance, tick. Finds the ball, tick. Good user. Probably not as great a user as everyone keeps saying that he is. But if you're a full forward leading out to a midfielder in space, yeah, it's the Bont that you want kicking it to you. The man kicked more goals than any general midfielder this year. He's got the beautiful size. He's got the endurance, like I said. He just ticks every box for everything that you want for a player for a season. He's been ultra consistent. He's won 4 best and fairest already, and I think he's only 25 years old. Marcus Bontempelli is the one player that you would have in your side, I believe, for 2022, if your life was on the line, that you have to win the flag. And now my question for you guys is, who's your number 1? Who did I miss off my list? Whose list was better, mine or Dwayne's? If you want to do it that way, that's absolutely fine. Leave as many comments as you like. Let's get involved in a conversation. I did have a problem with the comment section for a few other videos, but they've all been fixed now, which is all good. Check out any other videos if you enjoyed this content. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, all that good shit. Also, check out my podcast, TDs and Threes, if you enjoy your NFL and your NBA with my 2 co-hosts, Smithy and TD, also known as the People's Prince. Feel like I've taken up enough of your time right now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Be safe, be well. Goodbye.